Hey guys, Ben Hart here from Natural Music. Today I'm going to show you how to solo in the middle of a song or take a turn or a ride or whatever you want to call it when you play with a band. Take a listen to this demo and this illustration and then we'll get into the lesson.
Wonderful power in the blood. There is power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Would you be wide?
Hello, welcome back to Natural Music. Today we are going to be talking about how to solo over the song Power in the Blood, but also just give you an example of when someone looks at you and wants you to just take a turn or take a ride or so let's talk about this. We're tackling a few things here. One, we're going to do this in a maybe not a popular, I like this key, but there's a lot of piano players that don't maybe care for this key, especially regular church piano players. We're going to do the key of A for Power in the Blood. And we're going to show you how it's maybe not that scary of a key. You just got to get used to it. And also, we're going to talk to you about how to solo. So, in the demo, we're going to use the illustration of, okay, we're going to, the band is going to play, and this is going to be how you play with the band. So we're going to talk about the key of A, we're going to talk about how to play with the band, and how to take a turn in soloing. So we're tackling a few different questions that I've had here. No one's asked me about the key of A, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. So let's talk about what we're doing here, and then how we're going to accomplish this solo, and let's make sense out of it so you can apply it to your own music. So we're in the key of A, and the example is there's a guitar playing. We're playing over a verse. So they look at you, the band's going to play. The first half is going to be the guitar, and it's almost like they look at the piano player and they're like, all right, you finish it out. I've played all I can play. So you heard the smoking guitar part there, and now you've got to answer that. Now listen, here's the rules of this now. It's already been sung. They know what the song is. So this does not have to sound like the melody if you do not want it to. This can just be, so we're just going to talk about how to improv over this. So the chords of this are, while the guitar is playing, we're in A. So we're going to go, imagine in your mind, would you be free from your burden of sin? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Okay, so here's where the piano takes hold. So we're on A to D to A. Now E. And then it does this little lick where da da G to A, and that's just what the arrangement does. So we'll talk about a band lick also. Another thing we're going to learn how to do a band lick together when everybody's playing. So this is really a lesson on how to play with the band and how to improv. All right, so we've got a few measures of an A. So here's what we're going to do. The most common thing I would say in one of these type of solos is a scale called the blues scale. Now, in the key of A, and I know maybe this ain't a blues song because it's not slow and fast, but we're going to use this scale to give us that, sound that we're looking for. So the key of A, the blues scale, we're going to go we're going to start up and go down. We're going to go A, G, E, E flat, or I guess that's actually D sharp in the key of A, D, C, and A, okay? And you could do that up, A, C, D, D sharp, E, G, then you're back to A. Okay, so one thing that you could do, especially if you're new to this, without getting into too much theory or anything, since this is a just regular, A, D, and E, there may be a minor in this song or not, I can't remember. Song, you can play just the whole time that scale at random, any of those notes in any order, really, if you do it in the right context, and it's gonna work over that. I mean, you can literally just make up patterns and just end up back on A again, and that will work. And I did that for years. I mean, when I learned the blues scale, it was like, all right, take a solo, everything. And I would build up that muscle memory, be able to do it fast, and I would do it up and back down. That wasn't the greatest version of that, but one thing also I'm going to mention, since the band's playing, we're going to use this as an illustration. We're not going to keep rhythm. This is just going to be right hand. In fact, when the band was playing and I was just chording along, the band was all me, but I'm going to refer to him as the band. But we're just going to hit chords, or you just play a simple rhythm, sometimes without the third in the chord. So, but when we do our solo, man, the rhythm's there, rhythm guitar's there, bass guitar, drums and stuff, and I'm going to give you a spot where you can solo over that. Let's talk about how to accomplish this solo, but I really want you to grasp the concept so you can be able to do this in your own music, in your own song. So we're on the second half of Power in the Blood, so let's talk about that first. So we're going to start out with blues scale there. Now, one thing I'm going to add, the blues scale is there, but the third of an A chord, and I just like adding the third. It just pulls, it just says that's the name of the chord to me, is a C sharp here. So I'm going to add that in every now and then with the blues scale. Now, it will make sense without it, but I love bending from that C when you get to that in the blues scale. So you're going to notice some of that. So sometimes I'm going to be doing the blues scale and I'm going to add that 3 of the A chord in there. It's just going to pull it all in nice together. Let's talk about actually how to accomplish this, interlude solo or break or whatever you want to call it. So here is 4 notes of the blues scale. It looks like a C6, if you or a C with an A in there. But it's just going to start out real like that. So we're going to hit these 2 notes right here, E and C. And then we're going to go A, and these are the notes of the blues scale, G, and then E, and we're going to cross over and hit D sharp and slide down to D. So we got, and then we're going to hit C. So then we're going to go A. So we pretty much just played the blues scale there. We just kind of did a chord thing at the beginning. Then we went. So now we're going to cross over and we're going to continue on with that blues scale, but we're going to hit G, and that's going to let us pivot and get back to that A again and kind of start over. So, all right, now we're going to go. All right. And then down here from G to E. All right, now we're going to add 2 of the notes of the blues scale because, I like, having kind of double stops or harmonies in there every now and then. So we're going to go, the line would be, all right, from this D sharp to D again, finishing that out after that E. But I'm going to add this A note up there just to say, hey, I'm still on an A chord, because the whole time we're going, since things are lost in its life. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're trying to play all this over a couple of measures of A. So, all right, so we've done that. Now here is where the C note comes next in the A pentatonic blues scale is the actual name of that. And we're going to go C, and then here's where I'm going to bend into that and just say, hey, I'm still an A chord. So I'm going to add that third in there up to that C sharp. All right. And I'm going to go. and then I'm going to go back down, and while holding that down, I'm going to, well, I might not even hold that down, just hit an A. So, all right, so now that is played over 2 measures of A. So we're going to think about the chords here when you're thinking about improv. So we played blues scale, and we've added the third in there to kind of end it, just to keep it sounding like an A chord over, you know, there's, so we played a pattern of the blues scale over the 2 measures of an A chord. So, all right, now we come to a quick measure of D, I think. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So we got 1 measure of D before we get back to A. So I could continue, that A scale will work over that D, but it's just going to sound, you know, and at the beginning, you may just want to just keep that going. And you can just play any pattern of that, and you know, that'll just kind of work out for you. But we're going to talk about playing a little bit chordal. So now we're to a D. So let's talk about, we just did this over the A. So now let's go do something similar like that over a D. So here's a 4-finger D chord. So I like bending into the third of a chord. So, you know, on this style of thing, you know, you do that minor third and you bend into the major third. It just gives it that bluesy sound. So here over that D chord, we just went on the A, and now we're going to go D. And while holding down that D, we're going to go F, F sharp. So, and then as soon as you hit that F sharp, you can actually, maybe you don't even have to hold down that D. I do for a second. Hold that D down, let it ring. And then I'm going to go down here to this D. So we're playing. So you know that's going to work over a D chord because we've added kind of that bluesy sound with that minor note, but we didn't stay on it. We bended it up to the F sharp and went down to this D. So, okay. So far we got. All right, but we still got a little bit of measure of that D. So we're gonna go back to that, and now we're going to add the A of the D and go back and bend that to the third again. So we're gonna play F and A, and then go, and then bend it up to that F sharp again. All right. So we went, and then while pivoting on that, we're gonna go F and A. All right. So. All right, and then I'm gonna play this little bitty. I think so. I think that's what I did. Hold on. Sometimes I get doing it so fast I don't know. All right, so here's where we go. All right, so there we go. Sorry, man, I had a brain freeze there. Okay, so we're gonna bend into this to the D, and then we're gonna cross over and we're gonna hit this C. So what's good about that is the C, that minor third and the C are, that C is the flat 7 of a D. That's what makes it a D7, and that adds that blues tone too. So we can hit that C as kind of a passing note, and we've got to get back to A then. So we're gonna hit that C and bend back to A, the third of the A, which is the C sharp. So. All right, and then we're gonna get back to kind of that blues scale because we're back to an A chord for a measure there. So we're gonna bend to that, and we're gonna play E, and then we're gonna go A and keep it in that blues scale once again. G, then and that pivots, and we get back to an A, and then we're gonna go G again to E, and then you know here's that D sharp. All right. Now, when we hit this D, you know, that would be the next note in there. That is the beginning of "There's wonderful power in the blood" of an E or an E7. Now, luckily enough, we're getting ready to hit a D, which is the 7 of the flat 7 of the E there that makes that. So now we've got to play over some measures of E. So far we've went a couple measures of A, D, and then another measure of A again, like this. And then it's there's wonderful power in the blood. Okay, so I think we got two measures of E there. So we're gonna do a little percussive double hand thing because it's holding the rhythm. So this is the value in that. So we're gonna do this bend. So when you hit that note, you're gonna take your left hand and hit the D, but you're gonna bend. We're gonna just play all over this E chord, kind of all over that E chord. It's just this percussive type thing. D to E, bend that, and then we're going to bend the third of the E chord up to the D. So see how that is? So from the G to the, because there's an E, so now we're taking that minor third of the E now and going up to the G sharp. But let's for fun, let's add in character and texture. Let's add this D up here, which is the flat 7 of the E. So we're holding this, and then we're gonna hit the flat 7, and then like that. All right, so it just gives it a nice sound. D and G bend up to the G sharp. All right, so we're still on an E. So now we're gonna move up to the next part of the chord in the left hand, and you gotta move this hand out real quick, and we're gonna bend what we just did in the right hand. We're going to go G to G sharp, and then we're going to, up here in the right hand, we're going to go A sharp to B. So while holding this E up there though. So okay, so far we've got, all right, so we've still got some more of that. So, and now we're going to follow the left hand, or follow the right hand with the left hand, and we're gonna bend from, or you can slide, either way, the A sharp to the B, and then up here we're gonna do two notes of the E 7 there, D and G sharp up here, and then we're going to kind of just bend to the E there. So far we got. All right, and then follow once again the left hand, D to E, and then we're back kind of almost where we're at, but I'm not gonna do the D up here. We're almost an octave up from where we were just at, and so we're gonna bend the G to the A, or G to the G sharp, but let's hold the B down there for something different now. All right, like that. So over the E so far. And then here's where you're back to an A. And so, and you'll start that blues scale again. So let's recap here. Oop. Now E. All right, so now we've just got some more measures of A there. So we just got done with, and now we're gonna hit A and E together, and we're gonna play some more of that blues scale over the A chord with with some more of that third in there, that C sharp. So E and A, G, E, cross over and hit D sharp, D, C, correct or bend up to the C sharp, E. All right, so and we're gonna do the same thing again. I believe it's the same. A, then we're gonna go A, crossover, hit G, E, D sharp, D, C sharp, kind of bend to an E, and I'm gonna leave that E there and then finish it up with that A. So we got. And I just let those ring together. All right, now here's where the band lick plays, the guitar plays, and all that is E to F sharp to G, and then we hit G again, and then go down to F sharp to E, and then we hit C, and then A. All right. So that is that whole solo. So we're playing a few measures of A, playing a measure of D, another measure of A, then we're playing 2 measures of E, and then back to A. So you can see how we were just playing those over the chords. I chose to play the blues scale for a certain sound over the A chord. I added this C sharp in there, and that, that happens quite a bit in the blues scale, I would say. And then I also, we did chordal things. Oh, we made the D over like D7 to add it bluesy, and then E7, and we bent the third on those. But here's everything nice and slow. So you're coming out of, there's wonderful power in the blood. Oh, sorry. The guitar part. Would you be free from burden of sin? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Da, da, da. There's where you start. So it'd be... Oop, not. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and play that track again, and you can hear the demo again. But at the end, I'm going to leave a whole verse open. So if you just want to play around with the blues scale and come up with your own things, or if you want to practice that second half without anything there, you can do that. So use that as the practice track here on this video. Or you can go to the lyrics and chords page, and the track should be up there, so you can play with it there. But we're gonna let it play on out, and that is how to play a solo in A with the band. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this free lesson. If you would like to receive more lessons like this one, absolutely for free, from our website, naturalmusicstore.com, just click on the link and go sign up for our free lessons email list. We don't need your credit card, no nothing. We have paid programs. We'd love for you to be a part of those, but this is not one of them. There's maybe 100 or over 100 by now free lessons on there that you can just view and enjoy, and we're putting new ones out all the time. So go ahead and click and subscribe to the email list, and we will send you something, the link to the page, and we'll see you at the next lesson.
From your burden of sin, there's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you or evil a victory win? There's wonderful power in the blood. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Would you be whiter, much whiter than snow? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Sin stains are lost in its life-giving flow. There's wonderful